Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. Hey guys, in this episode, we're going to talk about step 6 of the sales process, the close. So all the anticipation for what you're seeing that client has built to this. Now what you're going to do is all the work you've laid in on the front end, now we're going to try to pay it off by closing the deal. So at this point, you've pitched a client, you've put the plans in front of them, and now they're looking at it. And now they're about to look at you and tell you something. So that's what we're going to pick up here in the sales process. So you've probably sat in silence for anywhere between 10 seconds to up to 2 minutes waiting on this. It is very important to sit in silence. If they are engaged looking at the plan, you stay silent. Now, sometimes people don't know what to say, and they'll look up at you, and then you can ask a question as far as, which one of those look the best to you. But for the most part, they're going to want to be quiet, think about the plan. So option A is, if they pick a plan, great, start the application. You close the deal. Congratulations. Now we just got to hope they go through underwriting. Now, option B is they may hit you with an objection. And there's some objections that you may face, or I need to think about it, or I need to make sure it fits my budget, or it's too expensive. Whatever it is, you cover the objection. You answer the objection, make them feel secure in it, solve the problem, and then come back around. If they have not picked a plan, have them pick a plan. And then once they pick a plan, once they pick a plan, attempt to start the application. And then if they stop you, back up, do the process again. Cover the objection, try to get them to pick a plan, commit to it, move forward. So in the close, if you face objections, you have to try to close multiple times. There's every sale is not going to be just them pick a plan and move on. There's going to be people that have objections. Quite frankly, if you get the I need to think about it objection, which we talked about in some other videos, if you get that objection, you should close that deal more times than not. That is a straight buying signal. A lot of agents mess up here because they don't push through the objections. They get, I need to think about it, and say, okay, well, you can think about it, and then they just walk away. They don't really go after it a couple different times. So they just leave it at that and move on. And a lot of agents miss sales because they don't pursue the objections many times. Most sales are not going to happen after the first objection. You may have to get through 2 or 3. And that's just, sometimes people are just cautious when it comes to that. So before you leave, you should get 3 or 4 no's on it and come back around several times. And don't be afraid to try to keep going through the close and then back up to building more rapport with the individual, because this can be a very stressful time for the individual. So back them off, build some rapport, cool them back off, come back into a very mini presentation, go back through the pitch, and then try to come back and close them again, a very abbreviated section of that, and then kind of walk them through the process and try to keep covering the objection. Figure out what the core issue is the reason to why they're not going to commit right now. And if you can figure out what the core issue is and solve that issue, you can get the deal closed. And it's a lot of times just takes patience and persistence. And a lot of agents give up too early and don't fight to the end. I mean, at the end of the day, we as insurance agents do not get paid unless we close the deal. So if you're there sitting in front of the client, find a way to get the deal closed. This is not a complicated transaction. This is just simply life insurance. The need for them to think about it and then come back is not really an option. They can make the decision right there. If we got to make changes in the future, sure. The chances of you closing a deal whenever you leave is very, very, very minimal. So you have to keep it front of mind and get the deal closed right then and there. And going back to, you have to be persistent. It is very important to put up a persistent effort. Now, persistent effort and being pushy salesman are two different things. Okay, you don't want to push them into the sale and trick them into the sale and like make them feel like they're forced to do it. You don't want to do that. So your goal should be to pull them in to getting the policy because of their needs, wants, and desires. That should simply be it. And you have to find a way to harness that with the individual that you're sitting in front of. So that is the close. So be sure to subscribe so that way you can catch all of our latest videos. If you have any questions, comment below. If you received something valuable, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and be sure to comment below what was your favorite piece of content in this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.